All right, please excuse the heater. It is extremely cold in here. I don't know what I was waiting for with this. I meant to put these videos out way sooner, but it is what it is. This is Free Shoes for Cinderellas. This is my podcast and vlogcast. That will also be up on YouTube, as well as Anchor, soon to be Spotify. Keep in mind, free shoes for Cinderellas. That means if the shoe fits, put that motherfucker on, lace it up, and waltz your beautiful ass on out of here. If not, keeps it pushing, and we all gonna have a good day. Cool? Alright. Today I'm going to speak about the root. Foundation. How can you tell A, if your foundation needs some recalibration? And B, how do you start to make those steps if it does in fact need some rearranging? A lot of people are waking up right now to the bigger picture of life. They're not so sucked into the matrix per se anymore, which is a beautiful thing. But the internet is saturated with a ton of, damn, it is really cold with the heater right there. This internet is saturated with a bunch of people that are just regurgitating other people's thoughts and opinions rather than facts. So I want to, number one, implore you to always do your own research. Don't take shit that I say for fact. Don't take shit that anyone says for fact. I don't care if they have a master's degree in whatever. Look it up yourself and check multiple sources and use your intuition. When I first started this journey, because I was so eager to get somewhere, you know, like I woke up and I became a little bit more aware of myself, and I noticed how much fuckery was going on, how much fuckery I was doing, and I'm like, whoa, okay, let me pull back from all this stuff, but kind of where do I go from here? Unsticking yourself from the matrix. This is, if you're you really have to fight to wake up, you know what I mean? And a lot of times it can be difficult with so much opinion construed as facts just roaming around the internet. A lot of people speaking from a place of ego rather than a place of truth. In anything in life, I always think that it's a good idea to do some inner reflection on the subject of the matter at hand before you make any like sudden fucking movements. You're feeling off balance, if you're feeling if you review your life, you know what I mean? So I guess step one, in my opinion, should be a period of self-reflection. If you notice, like, if you become aware suddenly that, okay, I'm fucking around, like what is going on? I'm going in cycles, I'm going in circles, I'm eating bullshit, I feel like bullshit. What is going on? How are you supposed to get any insight for that if you're not taking any time to yourself? So it's definitely, I feel like, and it definitely helped me when I took alone time and was away from any outside influence. That's no TV, that's no music with lyrics, like instrumentals are fine. Affirmations actually are good, but just know, like, you know, nothing that has an agenda behind it. That's not of pure love. You understand what I'm saying? Because when you're trying to heal, it's a very sensitive time, and it's a very delicate stage. And when you have a wound and you're healing, it's almost like you're redeveloping that part of you, correct? So it's almost like something new being born, right? When a baby's developing, like when his baby's just born, it's developing, you don't like go poking at the baby's head because it's not fully formed. Do you understand what I'm saying? I mean, you don't go poking at people's head in general. When something's not fully formed, it's not ready. When something's not fully healed, it's not ready yet. So give yourself some time to be away from influence of the outside, especially if you can't yet identify what has been leading you astray or helping you to lead yourself astray. Which leads me to my next topic, is taking responsibility for yourself. Nothing in my life changed at all until I was able to take responsibility for myself. it is seldom comfortable to take responsibility for some like fuck up that you did. Million times more uncomfortable to not take responsibility for it and have to repeat the same shit over and over again, okay? I used to blame everything on everybody and everything else. If I was in a bad mood already, when I woke up and I went to work and someone just happened to be acting like an idiot, in my opinion, then I'm like, oh my God, this bitch was acting so stupid today. Like, I had a horrible day at work. Bitch, you would have had a horrible day anyway with all that fucking attitude. What are you talking about? Taking responsibility for yourself allows you to see the magnitude of power that you have. And once you realize the power that you have, then you start to understand, okay, well, I can't just be like saying what the fuck ever. I can't just be doing what the fuck ever. I can't just be fucking who the fuck ever. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things that you have to start taking into accountability now that you're aware of your power. Because another thing is that once you know, the universe knows that you know. And I can't remember who told me this, but whoever it was, shout out to you. They told me one time, you know what? Now that you know, the universe is gonna hold you accountable, and the karmic repercussions are gonna be twice as much, if not 3 times. Because if you're ignorant, then karma's just there to gently nudge you to see the light, bitch. But if you know and you still gonna choose to do some bullshit, oh, give me that ass, give me that neck, give me that. I know you're not gonna have a lean in the lap. It's supposed to take a long time. So when you have a long time, don't just be by yourself and just be like, ugh, like that's not alone time. Quality alone time is clearing out your space, correct? Clearing out your space first so you can have an environment conducive for healing and conducive for reflection, not a battleground. So if you can, grab some sage, nigga, grab some sage, yes you can, and sage your house. Open the doors when you do it, open the windows, sage the corners, and set the intention behind your smudging. Like maybe like a healing binaural beat, like an om chant or something of like a healing nature. And maybe light a candle if you like. If not, then do, you know, what it is for you. But whatever it is, clean out your space. This might sound weird, but almost like make an offering to yourself. Like, I'm gonna clear my space out, sit me down, and have my favorite little blunt with my vegan chocolate milk. That shit is bomb. Shout out to Ripple. Setting the environment and setting the intention is a lot different than going into something with no intention. Intention is steering wheel. And if you don't have the steering wheel in your fucking hands, yes, you're the driver, but like, what the fuck, Jesus take the wheel? Like, what? Grab the steering wheel. That being said, brings me to the next phase. Once you have reflected and you're able to see yourself, you know, more and more from an unbiased point of view, you're able to reflect and dig deep into the recesses of your memory, things that you don't even fucking remember having an effect on you. You'll be surprised at how many things are driving you subconsciously. Once you get to that point, then you can start taking initiative to change. Because it's one thing to be ignorant of yourself, but like I said, once you know, you know. So if you realize that in my case, if you realize that you have an anger issue, if you do nothing about that at this point, then the repercussions from everything that you do anger related are gonna be, I've seen it happen, yo. Like, it's way worse. It's way worse because it's like, now that was a conscious choice, bitch. Like, you knew better than that. Now you know, nigga. I know you know, nigga. So, again, that neck, you could be in the back. Action is so important. And having a goal, like writing shit down is great, yo. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Words, so much power in them. A lot of times we've bound ourselves in the past. We've let other people bind us and we don't even fucking recognize it. So like purification rituals, things like that. Once you dive into yourself, you'll start to understand intuitively what you need. You're not gonna need to go to a fucking shaman. You're not gonna need to go to a fucking tarot reader. Like these things are useful things, but like I say it with that tone because a lot of people get addicted to these things. I can't tell you how many card readings I've done for people and I'll do repeat readings for the same people. Keep asking me the same questions over and over again, as if shit was gonna change in 24 hours if you not doing shit differently. You know what I mean? Or even if you did do shit differently, that's one day. When you've been doing consistent fuck shit for how long? Bro, you have to trust your process. Yes, use the tools. You know, if you have a gifted reader near you, utilize. If you have Reiki near a gifted Reiki healer near you, utilize. If you have a dope crystal shop, go get you some crystals that you resonate toward. You know what I mean? Like, don't just grab some shit that you saw on Instagram. Like this is not a game, yo. This is your life. So take it seriously. This is not a fucking trend. You don't have to post all your shit on Instagram. Start keeping shit a little bit more private. I learned this the hard way, yo. Recently, people will watch you and wait for the opportunity to dig in your motherfucking plate, yo. To dig in your pocket, to dig in your trash. Don't allow people to know everything about you. And if anyone who knows me knows that I used to just say everything on Instagram, talking shit, calling people out, putting my whole life and crying in my story and shit. Like, bitch, no one wants to hear that. And the only people who do want to hear that are haters. So start keeping shit a little bit more private, especially your relationships and your finances, because people love to hate on happy couples and niggas who got money. It just is what it is. So keep that shit a little bit more private. Back to the point. Get something that resonates with you. Don't rely so much on outside teachers. You know, don't rely so much on psychedelics. Like I said, use these tools, but know that it's all within you. Know that at any time you can access the same frequency that you get when you eat psilocybin mushrooms. At any point in time, you can access the same frequency that you could during a sound bath at a community festival. You have this inside you. Don't discredit yourself. Don't allow yourself to cheat yourself. Listen to your intuition and allow it to guide you. Allow yourself some credit. I don't know why we would so quickly rather give somebody else the benefit of the doubt rather than listen to our intuition, which has been there for us the whole fucking time and has never once steered us wrong. That is some bullshit. I need a lawyer. Follow your intuition and be true to yourself. And sometimes that can be hard, yo. I mean, everyone loves to say, you know, these great things, but I'm gonna be real. Sometimes it's hard to be true to yourself, especially when it comes down to someone that you love, or like a really good friend, and you may not have realized that, damn, like this person's not even a good vibe for me. You have to make that conscious choice to cut them off because you made the commitment to yourself to do anything and everything to get to your highest place of healing. So sometimes it's hard, but there is light at the end of the tunnel. You can sit down and get stagnant if you want to, yo. But as soon as you get up and start walking again, you'll start seeing things. You start seeing the signs. You start getting closer and closer. And then you realize that, nigga, it was right here. Meditate with yourself. Be there with yourself and take action. Take action specific to yourself. Specific to yourself. If you feel called to clean up your diet, whether it's veganism, whether it's pescatarian, whether it's just not sugar and fucking fats, do it. If you feel called to be in nature, do it. If you feel called to be at the beach specifically, in the mountains, if you feel called to leave the country, if you feel called to get in a new relationship, break up an old relationship, if you feel the need to not have a relationship, if you feel the need to paint, dance, sing, do it. Whatever it is that you feel called to do, despite what anybody around you says, do it. Let yourself heal. Put yourself first and realize that all this anxiety that you felt about, I gotta do this and I gotta do this, and that's why myself is the back burner. No. All of that stuff is just distracting you from the actual goal. And that's the game that this matrix is gonna try to play with us until the day we die. Try to distract us from ourselves enough. That's just my personal point of view. I don't know shit. And so study yourself. Invest the time. You have the fucking time. All the time that you spend thinking about dumb shit, looking at dumb shit on the internet, invest the time in yourself to allow yourself to fall back in love with yourself just the way you are and then healing the parts of yourself that need to be healed, and understanding that it's a process, understanding that it's not going to happen overnight. But if you're doing things conducive to healing, if you're putting yourself in better environments, it's going to happen. If you're letting yourself know, okay, I'm gonna take this time to cry about the situation that I've been avoiding looking at, and you let that pass, then it gets easier the next time and easier the next time. And pretty soon that doesn't bother you like that anymore. And you're healed. Do you understand? Heal yourself by putting yourself in a loving frequency at all times, where you're able to self-reflect and be honest and be real with yourself. Can't nobody force you to see nothing. And if you're not ready and willing to change, then you won't. And you'll know when you're ready. Because no matter who said what to me, no matter how many jobs I lost, no matter how many opportunities I squandered, I did not change until I was ready to change. So don't try to force anybody. Focus on solely yourself. Know that whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. Whoever you're gonna be with is who you're gonna be with. And yeah, man, don't try to force shit. Who wants something that's forced? Relax. Relax into yourself. Relax into your own vibe and chill. Get comfortable there. And once you spend a little bit of time there, like, and especially to my earth signs, it might feel like, oh, I'm wasting time, I have shit to do. No, nigga. Sit there and get acquainted with your true power. So now when you go back into the shits, you are with the shits. You heard me. You heard me. So that is my message for you. Free shoes for Cinderellas. Phoenix the God out, baby.